Hey there, everyone. It's Gigi Soberson. November 28th, AA Thought for the Day. The AA way is the way of sobriety. AA is known everywhere as a method that has been successful with alcoholics. Doctors, psychiatrists, and the clergy have had some success. Some men and women have gotten sober all by themselves. We believe that AA is the most successful and happiest way to sobriety. And yet, AA is, of course, not wholly successful. Some are unable to achieve sobriety, and some slip back into alcoholism after they have had some measure of sobriety. Am I deeply grateful to have found AA? Oh yeah, and I just contacted the guy that took me to my first meeting ever yesterday to thank him yet again. 'Tis the season for thankfulness, of course. And I try to make I focus on making it a regular habit to thank him. you know, Even though I didn't get sober at that time, I really believe it sowed the seeds that, when I really need or decide that I'm done, that there was a great place to go and a great fellowship and program of action that could make me whole, even though I wasn't whole before. Meditation for the day. And I love this, that AA generally acknowledges that we're not the only pathway to sobriety. Although I have seen church people, and I was one of them, who thought that all I needed was church, when as a result of life, right, my life lessons, my life experiences, I've come to believe that God wants me to be in fellowship with other alcoholics. And I'm not going to churchify recovery, right? Now, this may be a little, I shared this before, I'm sure. This may be a little bit of contempt prior to investigation, but I think church fellowships that focus on recovery is yet another way of churchifying what already works. And I get it. You want to be among people of like mind, people who know who their higher power is, and there's some comfort in that. But I think it's more important to be in fellowship with people from similar experiences, such as devastation from alcoholism, right? And it's also, I have found it super beneficial to be around other people who don't believe what I believe in terms of my higher power. It makes me more accepting, right? Because if we pigeonhole ourselves and surround ourselves only with people who think like we think, man, we are missing out on life. And I really believe that is one of the key reasons God has continually brought me back to AA every time I try to stray away. Gently or not, he brings me back to AA. Sometimes those things have involved handcuffs. So I'd rather be in AA pretending to be an agnostic alcoholic than, and because really we're all pretty much agnostics anyway, you know. We keep our minds, in other words, we keep our minds open to to something outside of what we think we know about God. That's my point. I retract my statement about we're all agnostics, right? But we have to have a mechanism that takes us out of or expands our understanding of who God is, right? And I love the set aside prayer. I can't quote it verbatim, but it goes something like, God, please help me set aside what I think I know about you so that I can have a new experience, right? And I love that. And that for me is one of the many benefits of being a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, a member in Alcoholics Anonymous, is that I get to set aside what I think I know about God in order to have a new experience. And I think when I was doing church exclusively, there was a lot I thought I knew about God. And as I stayed sober and continued to grow, and through the school of hard knocks, basically, I let go of some of that stuff. I can't think of any one thing in particular, and somebody might pick apart what my example would be, so I'll leave it at that. Meditation for the day. Gratitude to God is the theme of Thanksgiving Day. The pilgrims gathered to give thanks to God for their harvest, which was pitifully small. When we look around at all the things we have today, how can we help being grateful to God? Our families, our homes, our friends, our AA fellowship, all these things are free gifts of God to us. But for the grace of God, we would not have them. Yeah, and I'm so grateful that I was born in this era where AA is a thing. You know, when you really think about it, we have it so easy compared to the early people, and definitely compared to those who came before AA. You know, now, like when I first got sober, I mean, cell phones weren't really big, and my funny joke is that they were actually really big. They were huge if you wanted to carry a personal cell phone around in the early 90s. And now, you know, we can text, we can call, we can do a video call, we can do what's this app called Marco Polo, where you just do a little recording message back and forth. So, you know, we have a benefit that not many recovering alcoholics in history have had. So, again, I'm thankful to be born in this era. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may be grateful today. I pray that I may not forget where I might be, but for the grace of God. So true. I'll leave it at that. Love y'all. Thanks for letting me share. Keep coming back. Look up. Aim up. Rise up.